Wheeler holding the puck, fires all over the right side. Oh, my goodness. Quick on his leg out.
If you told me that 9 years later, at the ripe age of 37, Jonathan Quick would still be making saves like this, I would not believe you. But last night, as the Rangers came into Sunrise, in what was a matchup of two of the best in the league, this was a really fun game. So let's get into it. Now, as things got going, as you'd expect, both showed up, as this was a bit of a goalie duel early with some great stops on both ends. But the one everyone was talking about came just 5 minutes in. Cousins steals it, goes to the net, and a great save from Quick, followed by an even better one. Lostarinen with a wide open net gets shut down by Jonathan Quick with a tremendous effort to get the left pad up. And again, this initial stop was already nice, but this one here just so good and so vintage Jonathan Quick. Again, these two saves are 9 years apart. Incredible what he is still doing, as he's now won 7 of his last 8 in New York. But as Quick submitted his save of the year candidate over in Detroit, Kane's response should say it all. Saros had his save of the year candidate. On the penalty kill, Red Wings pressure over to Kane, and it's highway robbery. Again, Kane can't believe it, as Saros, tied up with McDonough, had no business making this save, but my goodness, the Superman effort to keep it out of the net, unreal. And I don't know who did it better here. Saros with the Superman, or heading back to Florida, Quick with the Scorpion. Who did it better? You guys let me know down below. But with that, let's get back to the game, as again, this was a fun one, with the first period summed up with big saves on both ends as both goalies stood tall. But getting into the final minute, off the boards, Rodriguez to the front, shoots and scores with the icebreaker. And this starts with Barkov along the boards, gets it to Rodriguez, looks right but shoots left to beat Quick short side with his 7th to open up the scoring. And an interesting stat here, the Panthers have not lost in regulation when scoring the first goal of the game. Pretty impressive. As the period would come to an end, we'll head over to the second, where again, some big stops to start the game, especially from Bobrovsky, as this one went off the glove, off the crossbar, and out. And so on the other end, the Panthers fighting along the boards ends with Barkov behind the net to the front, and they score again. What a setup from the captain to Reinhart, who nets his 22nd of the year, and the Panthers were up by 2. 6 minutes later though, Rangers keep it in, and it's Laffy to Panarin, and just like that, it was a 1-goal game, as the Panthers get caught with 3 Rangers behind them, leaving Bobrovsky to fend for himself. And so, looking for a quick response, Reinhart dangles in, and he got a quick response alright, which shortly afterwards leads to the Rangers going the other way. 2-on-1, it's Miller to Cooley, and they score their second in just over a minute, as Cousins and Bobrovsky collide for a big one, but the Rangers, dangerous as ever, squared it right back up, and this doesn't happen without Quick making that big stop on their own end. With that said, shortly after, it's Schneider in front of his own net who would get called for interference, and killing some momentum, the Panthers went to the power play, where sure enough, they set up, Barkov puts it on net, and they score. Reinhart in front again gets a piece of it and gets his 2nd of the night. This dude is unreal right now, and Barkov, with his helper here, had assists on every single one of the Panthers' last 7 goals, spanning across 3 games. Crazy underrated in my opinion. And while the second would come to an end in crazy fashion with big chances on both ends, a fitting end with 2 of the best in the NHL, we'll head over to the third and final period, where 11 minutes in, Lafrenière and Barkov collide, and it's a penalty, as Barkov, shaken up, would head down the tunnel. Now, this was called a major, and so upon review, yeah, Lafrenière clips him high with the elbow, an unfortunate collision here that ultimately was reduced to a 2-minute for checking to the head, which would give the Panthers the power play. With that said, it was the Rangers in. Kreider finds Zibanejad, and short-handed they score. What a pass here, and a great shot meant the Rangers, short-handed, would tie this game up for the 2nd time, now at 3 apiece. And the Panthers, missing Barkov on the power play, just couldn't get it to go, but shortly after, Forsling on net breaks a stick, Verhaeghe with it, he spins wins, and boom, not on the power play, but they'll take it as with his 17th, he takes the lead late, and Quick could not believe it. So as time ticked away, the Rangers with the empty net, but they couldn't get it done as the Cats would hold on to take the dub 4-3 and win their third in a row. Vegas, Tampa, and now the Rangers. Pretty impressive in what was a heck of a hockey game. But yeah, that's about it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I will see you in the next one.